What's up, Savages, and welcome to Savage Mining News, where we sometimes discuss crypto mining related news every so often at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We may rotate between random coin mining show and this type of news show. I don't know how good I'm going to be at this. There's a lot to it when it comes to segues and stuff like that. So let me turn down my hot mic a little bit here. Probably coming through a little bit too hot. But I'm going to give it a shot. I think that this is hopefully going to be interesting to everyone. And let me know in the comments and all that stuff whether or not you like this format or not, if you'd like to see me do this more often. Seems like there's enough going on nowadays that you could put 30 minutes worth of material together as far as news related, crypto mining news related stuff. I want to kind of stay out of just general crypto news and kind of focus more on mining news. I think that's like a little niche market that I could hit and stay in pretty well. So that's kind of the goal here. Let me know if I'm coming in a little bit hot. My mic seems to be a little bit more sensitive here than it was at the other place. I just recently moved, so everything's kind of new, set back up and all that stuff. But like I was saying, we might rotate between random coin. I actually tweeted out a poll earlier today, or just a little while ago, about what we can probably. It was a poll for what we can mine tomorrow or try to mine. So it'll be like a normal random coin mining show tomorrow, based on the Twitter results, the Twitter poll results. So be sure to check that out over there on Twitter. So let's see here. Bring up my home. Yeah, right here's the poll for what we're looking at. And it is Wednesday, May 8th, 2019. The biggest thing in the news is still Binance, but like I was saying earlier, that's not really crypto mining related, although it does affect everybody. I will say this though, for Bitcoin to shake off that hack like it was nothing, says a lot about the market maturity, in my opinion. I know CZ tweeted about a discussion on reorging Bitcoin, and you got to remember, guys. I mean, it was pure chaos, and I'm sure that he was, his mind was racing and stuff like that. He should know better that you're not going to reorg Bitcoin like that, just because of a 40 million hack. It sounds like a lot. It is a lot, but it's just not enough to change everyone's mind on what Bitcoin is, right? So, there's really no chance of a reorg like that for a hack of that magnitude. So, and we all know that that's not how it would work anyway. It would be a fork, and Bitcoin would still be Bitcoin if you wanted it to be Bitcoin, and the reorg would be called something else. Although technically, I guess it could be called Bitcoin as well, but that would be like super confusing. But enough of that. Let's go into what I am mining. I'm not really checking the chat just yet. I want to kind of get through some of the news and what's going on with my mining and stuff like that. Right now, it appears as though I have a rig down. I just realized that, so I need to look at that. It was giving me a little bit of problems. It's probably just power related. But on the co-owned rigs, I'm still mining CCX. Conceal, probably within, what have I got, about another 20 days or so, and then we'll revisit that and see if we are going to continue to mine Conceal or switch over to something else. And then on my home rigs here, I am mining Swap. I was mining it. I've got the pool, the micro pool and all that turned off, because last night whenever I was trying to show you guys all that, that's whenever my machine locked up. So I turned all that off so that I'm not taxing the machine so much while I'm doing the stream, because streaming really takes a lot of processing power, and I think that combined with trying to mine and doing the micro pool and all that stuff for Swap, it was just too much. So I've got that off right now, but I do have a screenshot that I want to show you. This was from right before and I can kind of prove it because there's what Bitcoin is at right now. This was right before I shut the machine down, and right here's the micro pool. And let me see if I can figure out how to, I got a new keyboard too. See if I can figure out how to zoom. There we go. Oh, you might not be able to see that. Yeah, it doesn't look very good. But right here you can see, well, you probably can't see, but it's 9 blocks. So in basically 24 hours, I hit, it wasn't even 24 hours actually, because, well, yeah, I guess it was right around. I did start this right after the stream, or right after my machine locked up. So 9 blocks in 24 hours, which is a little low actually for what, compared to what I was getting. I was getting 15, 14, 13, stuff like that. So kind of cool, neat stuff there. I've got a video on that on my channel, so if you're interested in using the micro pool and mining swap to it, by all means check out that video. It's kind of cool. It takes a lot of the fraud and not fraud, but what's the word I'm looking for? Integrity out of the pools. Like, you don't have to worry about the integrity of the pool that you're mining to and whether or not they're swiping some of your hash rate for their own purposes. You're running your own pool local in your local area network. So it's kind of neat, and that's what I was mining. So let's go ahead and look at what is going on in the crypto news today. Some of the cool news, I've always said that it'd be better for projects to work together instead of against each other, and this was super exciting news for me anyway. The space is small enough for everyone to fit, and everyone working together seems to be more ideal than all the little bickering and things that go back and forth. I was really excited about this particular news, so let me know in the chat and comments what you think about this. But Zelcore integrates the Ravencoin asset layer. Zel is getting ready to release Project Nevermore, and in short, Zelcore wallet users will be able to hold any of the 19,000 plus Raven assets in their Zelcore multi-asset desktop or mobile wallet using a light address solution that doesn't require full node Raven blockchain synchronization. So you're going to be able to eventually manage your assets, but you can store them there on the next release of the wallet. It's not out yet as far as I know. I checked earlier today, it didn't seem like it was on Android as far as an update for Zelcore, but that is coming sometime soon. Later on, you're going to have some fee-based features which will be asset creators being able to integrate their asset into the main portfolio screen. So you're going to be able to have it whenever you first open your wallet. You're going to be able to have your asset on the screen, right? And you don't have to dig down in there. It'll be right there on the front. And you can they'll also have a pay feature where you can have an asset, whatever your asset is in Ravencoin, as a featured asset to all Zelcore users. So I'm assuming that that's going to be some type of notification on the front page there whenever you first go in that will say, hey, check out this this asset from whoever, right? So that is kind of cool. And in future Zelcore releases, users will be able to actually create assets without a full node sync, and that'll be right from your desktop or mobile. And if you've ever used the Zelcore wallet, it is really fancy. It is really super interface. Love it. Desktop and mobile are both superb. They're both awesome, and they're multi-asset, secure, encrypted, and all that stuff. Really neat. Now, I don't like the term game changer because when I use it, whatever I'm talking about usually falls flat on its face. But let's just say that I'll say my terminology for this is just super cool. And this kind of warms my ice cold heart to see two projects that I like a whole bunch working together like this. It was really neat to see. Oh my gosh, I was like, this is so cool. Ravencoin and Zelcore, Zelcash, two projects that I'm super interested in, are now working together. It was really neat. And this is more on Zelcash than Raven, because Zelcash is the one that's integrating. I'm sure there was some communication between them, the devs and everything, but it's really on Zellcash as being like, hey, big thumbs up to you guys. I think that things like this are what the crypto space needs, in my opinion. Let me check the chat and see what's going on in there real quick. I don't want to feel like you guys are ignoring you, like I'm ignoring you. Bitcoin Jake, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in quite a while. You've been out. I think everyone's moving. I mean, even Brandon Coin is moving, so that is that's super cool. We're all moving up in the world, right? And yeah, ZAR420 just moved. Wow, that's awesome. What is up, guys? Let's see, who else? Just you two? Well, there's one more person in here not saying anything, but that's okay. That's cool. Glad everybody's moving. Hopefully it's for the better, right? Now let's get back to some news stuff. So another thing, I forgot to mention this. Another thing on Zell's website, on Zell.network, they have an option in here for the promotion of the Raven asset, and this is where I believe that this is where it's going to show on. This is a paid service. Basically, that'll show up on the Zell Core wallet. So this is where you would do that at. I believe that this is what this is talking about here. Yeah, promote your Raven asset. Yeah, and it talks over here about how much it costs and things like that. So that is, hey, that is really neat. That's a super cool feature if you want to use my terminology there. All right, so what is next? Let's see here. Something, I was talking about how, I think that things like this are what the crypto space needs. And I don't know if you remember a while back. Well, let me just start off by saying, there's not a shortage of generous people in crypto. The new Mimblewimble protocol coin Grin is funded only by donations. And y'all probably remember a while back when they went out with some requests for donations and didn't get a bunch. And I think one of the developers was really upset or something. I don't know if they threatened to quit or something. There was something going on with one of the developers was upset that they weren't getting very many donations and things. Anyway, they recently received a anonymous 50 BTC donation. That's about $300,000 right now, right? Maybe a little bit more. And that is not too bad. That should support some of the further development of the project, and I hope that will translate to more value for Grin because damn, they are not doing well as far as value goes. And then some, and so that was one project that's having to manage a little bit of their money. Another project that does really well at money management is Aeon. And Aeon just recently, this team really knows what's important, and they're working heavily on the development side of the project. They recently announced Unity, and Unity is a new consensus mechanism that allows miners and stakers to work in unison. So basically, it's a hybrid design that it allows stakers and miners to work in unison without one of them having advantages over the other. The proof of work is, as we all know, is susceptible to 51% attacks, and proof of stake can be manipulated with money and cartel formation and things like that. The more money you have, a lot of times you can affect the way things work with proof of stake. And but with Unity, an attacker would have to actually attack both to have any success, and there's no minimum hash power or stake required to participate in this consensus mechanism. So that is another great thing that Aeon is doing. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of Aeon, so this is just one more thing that they've put out there that is really cool. It's expected to release at the end of 2019. Clearly, more info will be available between now and then. But this is a really good thing for Aeon Network and its supporters. Wow, I'm kind of blasting right through this. I'm actually going a little bit faster than I thought I would. So, the next project that I wanted to talk about is Swap. And Swap just finalized the release of their web wallet. And what they're doing is pretty cool. They have let's see if I can get, not that. That's not the right one. Yeah, maybe that one. Okay, let you guys see my ugly mug for a minute. But basically, the Swap has come out with their web wallet. It's really cool, and what they've been doing, the Swap team and the devs have been posting on Twitter. They've been tweeting, basically seed words, right, for a wallet. So what you can do is, let's see if we can actually grab some right now. I don't know if, let me adjust this camera a little bit here. I don't know if any of them's going to be in there, but they post the seed words, and then you go and basically, I'm just copying what I have over here on my notepad. But if you go to login, if you have the seed words, and then you go to login, I think, yeah, there we go. Then you enter in, you paste in the seed words that you copied from the tweet, and then you go enter my account, and there might be stuff in here. Okay, so it's behind, yeah. See, there was 30. It looks like there was 25, then there was 20, and then there was 4, and then looks like maybe someone grabbed the dust out of there. I don't know. But they were, yesterday anyway, they were replenishing this from time to time, like throughout the day. They were throwing some XWP in there, and then all you do is, once it shows up in here, then you click send, and you send it to your own wallet, and you go, basically just grab it. Let me check another wallet real quick and see if there's anything in there. I think I have to go back over here. Count. Log out. Log back in. Throw in the other seed, because they had multiple seed phrases. So, see, it's catching up right now. There's 11 in there now in this one, but it's probably going to be gone. Yeah. So they haven't put any in here. It looks like in a little while. Maybe they are posting new seed words. I don't know. Let's go check. That's not what I meant to do. I want to search. Oh, this one might. Yeah, this is new. But it's 3 hours old, so it's probably already gone. But we'll see. Yeah, gone. Let's see if they got anything else in there. Yeah, I already tried that one. Yeah, see, there's some people. I got a few. There was one that I just happened to be in there whenever they replenished it, and I was able to grab it. I think it was only 5, but that's okay. It was free, so kind of cool. And whenever I sent it, I don't know if my wallet wasn't synchronizing or wasn't synchronized all the way or something, but the web wallet is really fast. That's what they're touting it to be, super fast. Especially if you send it, I think, especially if you send it from web to web, because whenever I send it to, it shouldn't really matter though, but whenever I send it to my desktop wallet, there could have been a synchronization problem. But whenever I sent it to my desktop wallet, it didn't show up for quite a while. It was a few minutes at least, but I think it was leaving a little bit longer than that, like 10 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that. But again, it could have just been my wallet not synchronized, so not a big deal. So that's kind of cool. That was a cool little thing that they're doing. I don't know if, see, what was the last one they did? It was 3 hours ago, yeah. So maybe they're just doing maybe one a day. Don't know. That is pretty much all the news I had. We could go over some Hive OS. Hive OS has done some updates. They've done, I don't know. I thought there was a better list of what they actually did. I'm trying to remember now. I know Simple Mining did some updates, and Hive OS both did some pretty significant updates. I don't know. I mean, you can kind of tell by looking at this that Simple Mining's done a lot. They've now got filters up here for different GPUs, different configs, different OCs. So obviously, if you only have 2 rigs, like I do, under Simple Mining, then that's probably not that useful, but there are people with hundreds of rigs or thousands of rigs on simple mining. So, that can get even like Carter from Bitsby Trippin', they showed their, for his mining farm, he showed his simple mining, and it was like scroll, 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 scroll. It just kept going. So those filters would be incredibly useful. I could see the use case for those if you had like a whole, several pages of rigs. So that's a nice feature. I'm glad that they added that. As far as anything else, it looks like they took off some of the stuff that I don't think a lot of people use, like that SRR. I think it was something about it was that little hardware device for resetting a rig, like if it lost power or whatever, or not lost power, but if it hung up. I think that's this right here, actually, this resetter thing. Yeah, this guy right here. So so they took that. There used to be a button over here for that, and I guess that they took that off. So I don't. That's not a big change or anything, but so that's cool. A little bit of updates for simple mining. Let's troubleshoot this rig real quick since we're in here. Let me see what my I might have to go and actually physically look at it. Let me go do that real quick and see what it looks like physically. Make sure it's not on fire or anything. I'll be right back. All right, so I just powered it down and powered it back up. Hard power cycled it. Let me see the chat, see what's going on in here. What's up, Daniel Larson? Thanks for stopping in. What's up, Not Your Normal Miner? Wes, thanks for stopping in, man. You guys are awesome. Who else we got in here? Yes, I have heard about NiceHash OS. It's similar to Kudo OS, right? Or they're at least probably pretty close competitors at this point. I don't know a lot about it other than that. I think that all of that kind of stuff is really good for the space. I think that those miners like that, like HiveOS and Simple Mining, anything that can boot off of a USB or an SSD, and be its own operating system and then be remotely managed like that, I think it's super cool. I dig stuff like that for real. Okay, so my volume's a little low. My mic, my output looks like it's too high, so I'll move it back up. How about that? Is that a little bit better? Let me know. I don't know if maybe it's just the mic setup in here, because I did move, so things might have, readjusted themselves a little bit. We'll see. So let me know if that sounds a little bit better. I just bumped up the decibels a little bit. Hopefully that's not too loud. I guess I should be hitting right there, right at the mark of the green, where the green meets the yellow, basically, right? Everything else is a lot quieter than that. As far as the background music is way down there, so you should barely hear some background music. It shouldn't be too overbearing or anything like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe I just had it a little bit low. I get a little bit not paranoid, but I watch it pretty close because there was this one time, like way early on, whenever I first started streaming, and I had played something off of my desktop, to everybody that was watching, and I hadn't adjusted the desktop volume, the slider at all, the power, and it like was full blasted red, right? And I didn't realize it because I didn't have it playing in here, because you can't really do that whenever you're streaming, because of feedback and all that stuff. And man, everybody, and it was like a 2-minute video or something like that. I think it was the Loki video, like what is Loki? And man, that thing was just wham, pegged to the right. And everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so loud!" But I didn't know it because I was watching the video, and I wasn't really paying attention to the chat. So it was just one of those funny things that happened. So because of that, and I saw what was happening with it going up into my voice anyway, was going up into. I can show y'all what I'm talking about here. This might be a little bit better here. See if I can anyway. Yeah, see, like right here, this right here is the the volume. So whenever it was getting so far over into the yellow, see how like there's a little bit of echo in here. There's nothing on the walls. You can kind of see it's new place. So I haven't decorated or anything like that. So I think that's what I was worried about. I was concerned about the echo and just it being too high of a volume. So that's why I turned it down. But I guess it's right. So I'll just leave it alone. But thanks for pointing that out. I hate to, sound is one of those things that you can't, whenever you're streaming or whenever